What's up guys, my name is Aaron Parker and today I wanted to go over the main reasons why I decided to go with this 5-speed sequential style gearbox over the more traditional 4-speed H-pattern style gearbox. But before I get in too deep with it, I just wanted to clear up a couple misconceptions that this is not an actual dog box. It is a dog box, and the only main difference between this and your more traditional G-Force, GSR, T101A, T101, Jericho, or even Andrew's box is the fact that it is sequentially shifted, meaning that this shifter sits stationary and the only movement it has is forward and back. Back is going to be to grab another gear and forward is going to be to downshift, whereas traditional H-pattern is going to be first, second, third, and or fourth. So I hope that clears up a little bit of information on this box not being a dog box, because it actually is. It's just sequentially shifted versus H-pattern. The choice of this specific box was kind of thought out over a long period of time, and the reason why I chose it was I was trying to wipe out a handful of issues I was having with the current box, and that first issue was strength. So currently I've been using a 93 to 99 factory OEM Mazda Rx7 5-speed manual gearbox. They're good boxes, and the gearing is a little bit off. Second is very long, third is very long, but the fact is that they're just not very strong. They shift smooth, just not very strong. If I was going to go with another box, it had to be stronger than the factory OEM 5-speed. The second issue was going to be gearing. I didn't want to solve one issue in strength and then still be at a gearing disadvantage versus all these guys with a V8. I didn't want to spend a ton of money and solve the issue of breaking gearboxes, but then still be struggling to keep the car in the correct RPM and or power band. With the correct gearing and this being a 5-speed, it does now have that. I'm able to make up for the loss of torque down low and put myself at a level playing field versus guys with V8s. Alright, so the third issue kind of goes along with the second issue in gearing. It was to avoid the purchase of a quick change rear end for the time being. When I went to Japan for the FIA Drift event, I saw a trend of cars with sequential gearboxes and traditional style welded and or 2-ways or 1.5-way diffs. A few cars did have winners and or speedway diffs, but the majority had just your traditional style differential in the rear. And for me, that meant, okay, well, how are they doing it, and how can I replicate it? The fourth reason goes a little bit with preference and convenience and also style. HGT Precision out of New Zealand makes this box with a 13B bell housing, which means that the box bolts up to a bell housing itself, and that goes to the actual motor, meaning that I didn't have to look around for an adapter plate. There's less hardware and it just bolts straight up. I didn't want to have to worry about clearance or moving my starters around, looking for this bell housing or that. I just buy it, it fits, and that's it. I also didn't want to have to hack up my transmission tunnel. Side shift, I've driven them, they're great, they really are, but for me and my style and I guess my idea behind the car was to have something as stock as possible in the stock shifting position, and then also not have to cut into the transmission tunnel. I didn't want to do it because I don't like the idea of just cutting the car up just to make it accomplish one thing, when I could spend a little bit more money, not cut it up, accomplish more than one thing, and then if I need to, pull this box out and an OEM box would still fit in there without having a big hole in the side of the transmission tunnel. Small and stupid thing, but again, it was one of the deciding factors for me. My whole idea behind building the car has had a major Japanese influence, and so I guess a sequential box is more Japanese in style. So for me, it was just a decision that went along with my preference. I wanted to be able to shift the car sequentially. It's been a dream of mine, and I'm sure it's been a dream for a lot of guys, even with H-pattern boxes. Sequential is just badass. The fifth reason is really just to reinforce my idea of bringing the pro level down to pro-am and just being different. Simple as that. I like to be different, the car speaks for itself, and I wanted to build a badass machine that I was able to compete in and also be competitive with. So yeah, that's reason number 5. Thanks for watching my video. If you'd like, comment below. You guys can follow me on Instagram at aaparka.300, or on Facebook at ALOTT. Feel free to comment, message me, DM me, whatever it takes to get a hold of me. I'll answer all your questions. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon.